Okay, I'm warming up the engine. I'm gonna do a air leak test on the intake manifold with a either intake manifold cleaner, or you can do it with a carburetor cleaner. I'm gonna spray around it and see if the vibration changes, because it still has a slight vibration. It's very minor, but it was a little worse yesterday. Well, the guy told me, the mechanic told me that it could have been that the intake manifold got damaged and had to be replaced. So we'll see. Let me turn around here and see what happens. Over here, so I talked to one mechanic I know. He said bring it over, so I know he's gonna do this kind of test. Let's see. Okay, now the engine is settling down. Back, maybe in the back or something. No, this won't change. They replaced our valve that was bad. It was a new valve, so I don't understand. He said it wasn't sitting right, so I don't know if they shaved they sent the head out to fix the area where it's sitting, where the valve sits and seals for the explosion. Yeah, it's very minor, but you can feel it. On my Avalanche, you turn on the engine and it feels like it's not on. That's how smooth it is. So I'm gonna take it to this guy anyways. See if he does anything different. But I think I don't know if he puts a scanner on it. The scanner's gonna tell him something. I got a scanner too, but I'm gonna let him check it. He's got more experience. He's turned out to be a good mechanic. Thank God I found somebody honest. He's not cheap, but he's honest. But he gives me breaks on the prices once in a while. All right, let's see if we can get out of here. All right, later. Okay, so I'm back from the mechanic, and I told him that I did the spray test around the intake, and he popped the hood, he looked at it, and He just gave it a visual, but then he started, you know, touching the vehicle, and then he came up with this diagnostic, which makes sense. He goes, it's either a dirty fuel injector or a damaged fuel injector that's causing the slight vibration. The vibration is getting lighter. So what I did is I went, I said, okay, thanks, and he just told me drive it around, put in some fuel injector cleaner, and he recommended the Lucas. So I went and got one of these jugs and put in about 4 ounces. Right now I got 8 gallons because the tank was almost empty, and I put a quarter tank, which is 8 gallons. This tank holds 33 gallons. So I put 3 ounces. That is recommended for every, let me see, what was it, 10 or, I think I read 10 gallons, I think it was. You put 3 ounces. Anyways, I put about 3 ounces. Make sure it's got plenty of detergent, and I run it once in a while, but I'm not driving it yet, because now what I want to do next is I want to install the Sumos and see how that rides, and then I can take it for a longer ride and see if the injector gets cleaned. So I already notified the shop, and it turns out that the owner of the shop, he's in the hospital right now. It sounds like he had a ruptured spleen, and so I text him. I told him, hey, I heard what happened, and I hope you're okay. So he goes, thanks, you know. But then I explained about what I did. We did the test, took it to the mechanic. He thinks an injector. So I told him I'm gonna drive it around for 2 or 3 weeks. By then he should be back to work. And I said, if the vibration continues, then I'm going to take it down to you so you can find the damaged injector and replace it. Because when they took the engine apart, they dismantled everything, and now the injector that, I don't know if that's possible, by the way, the engine, the piston broke in pieces and might have gone up, and he said that there was some damage done to the intake, but it looks like it's a superficial scratch on the plastic. That's why I did the test to see if there was a small crack, but it didn't show any difference in the idling. So I'm gonna ask him, you know, they installed the injector in a different spot now, and I don't know if it's on the right side or on the left side. Who knows where it is now? So they're gonna have to go one by one until they can, you know, put a new one there, and then see if it vibrates. If not, go to the next one, and go to the next one, and go to the next one. So that's gonna be some labor for them to do, but the engine has to run smooth, not the way it is right now. Okay, so that's what's up right now. I'm up in the air with the engine being, you know, moving the way it is. I don't want to force it and take it up a mountain or anything. But let's see if the detergent does some work. See if it helps, and see if it reduces the vibration. It could have been that it did get damaged, but I don't see how. I mean, the injector, let's see, well, it's like a spark plug is sitting in there with the piston. Maybe it did get damaged with a piece flew up and maybe hit it or something. It sounds like it could be it, but I have to do my process, you know. You gotta find out about this, and then check on that, and then the other thing, you know. But it sounds like it could be an injector instead of the valve, because they did the valve already and still didn't help that much. So, and I don't think it's the intake manifold. He says we should get a new one and I looked it up. It's about $181. It's actually cheaper than some other engines, because the intakes, they go from $500 to $700. So, but I wanna find out about the injector first. If the injector is replaced and it still vibrates, then it could be the intake, which I doubt it. I really do. I don't think it's the intake manifold. All right, guys. All right, I'm gonna let you go and see you on the next one. Okay, so before signing off, I looked at the dash and I got a check engine light on. So I went and got my scanner and I hooked it in, and this is what it's telling me. It's a PO300 misfire. And then it's got two codes, and then I hit on the second one and it says the same thing. PO300 engine misfire detected. Generic pending. Don't know exactly what that means. The first code is generic stored. So let me clean it. Oh, engine has to be off to erase. Okay, so turn it off. And then hit take the key off. Okay, and hit the erase button, see what happens. Erase DTC. Erase has been sent 100%. And then scan again, and I'm still getting the engine misfire PO300. So it looks like it could be an injector, definitely. All right, I just wanted to show you that if you have the same issues, could be that. So I still got to run the detergent through the, I gotta spend that 8 gallons to see if that's gonna help. Maybe put a full tank and drive it around and make sure everything is cleaned out, but there's nothing for certain. It looks like it could be a bad injector. All right, guys, see you on the next one.